Hi everybody, welcome to your writing session today. I'm really excited about it because we're going to be writing those reports that we've been working on this week to do with our butterfly lion text. I can't wait to see all of the amazing writing that you're going to be doing. So to warm us up, let's start with our verb tenses that we've been practicing this week. 2 sentences on the board. Peter was a great explorer. Joel begins to share the story with the class. Can you swap them into the other tense for me? Pause the video, have a go, come back when you've got your answers. Okay, how did you get on with those today? So, Peter was a great explorer becomes Peter is a great explorer. We're changing our verb from was to is. Joel begins to share the story with the class. If we're changing that into the past tense, begins is our verb, so it's Joel began to share the story with the class. Remembering that we've got those irregular verbs. Well done if you managed to get both of those correct today. So, today's learning is all about writing that information text and remembering that our purpose for our writing is not only to inform, so they've got lots and lots of information, facts and knowledge about the text when we're finished, but also to engage them, to make them enjoy reading what we're doing. Now, if we go back and think a couple of days ago to the elephants text that we were working on, and the pandas and the tigers and all of the other texts that you've been reading during the week, these were some of the ways that the author informed technical language, made comparisons, gave us some interesting facts, labelled diagrams, and then other ways that the author engaged us. He gave us the subheadings, which were questions, if you remember. They used inciting interjections like interestingly, also, they even. We had expanded noun phrases to give us the detail. They made the facts sound super exciting, and they also compared so we knew exactly what we were talking about. If you remember, they gave us that information, didn't they, about the elephant being as big as 3 young children standing on top of each other, so we could really picture in our minds exactly how big that was. And the same with the ears, were shaped like the continent of Africa, and you can almost see that teardrop shape that the ears must be as well. So we're going to use all of that today as we're going to put it into our own writing, and you're going to be writing about lions, and I'm going to show you what you could do with it with the work that we were doing, that I was doing on whales yesterday. So hopefully this will help you out. Okay, so we're going to start off by looking at our introduction. Okay, so remembering that our introduction needs to tell our reader what our text is going to be about, even if there was no title. Even if there was no title on it, would they know that it's about elephants in this case, whales in my case, and then lions in your case? And we also want to give them some facts, some information that makes them a little bit interested, a little bit excited, so that they carry on reading the rest of the text. So let's read this one to remind us how that could be done. Found throughout various countries in eastern and southern Africa, the magnificent African elephant is the largest land animal and is even larger than the Indian elephant. If you are travelling in countries such as Botswana, Tanzania and Zimbabwe, you might be lucky enough to spot one in their natural habitat. Every year these incredible mammals migrate, which means they have to move around so that they can find food during the wet and dry seasons. Okay, we've got those bits of explanation in there as well. We've got those introductions. If you're travelling, it's talking to us directly. It's giving us something really exciting. It's the largest land animal. So we can use these bits of information to make our writing really exciting. So let me show you how this could be done for my whales text. Okay, so here we are, and I've got my facts that I spotted yesterday when we were working on this text, and I've written them down in here, so that helps me when it comes to my actual writing, so I can just refer to them, I can cross them off so I know which ones I've said, and then I can make sure that I'm keeping all that facts and information but really engaging my reader as well. So if I have a look here to start with, what's my most interesting fact that I've got, because I want to engage that reader. It's important that I engage the reader right from the start, so I think my best fact is that one there, that it's the biggest animal. Okay, so I'm going to start with that, and I'm going to try and engage them through using a question. So I'm going to start with a did you know. Did you know that blue whales are the largest animal on the planet. And then I'm going to go with even as one of our introductions, bigger than elephants, because our elephants text told us that they were the biggest land animal, didn't they? And this one tells us that it's the biggest animal on the planet. And then I'm going to talk about the fact that they're a mammal. I think that's going to be one of my interesting ones as well. So I'm going to talk about that one. Even bigger than elephants. I'm just going to go for even though. Oh, can I use even bigger than elephants and then say even though? It's too many evens, isn't it? I wonder what word I could use instead. Let me think. Right, to get rid of that one then, I'm going to put many people think that a whale is a fish, but it is actually a mammal because it is warm-blooded and cross these off because I've done those ones. So it's warm-blooded. It's the biggest animal. So I'm going to put breathing air in here as well. Warm-blooded and breathes air. Now I want to compare this to something they know. So we're a mammal, humans are mammals, so I'm going to try and compare it there. Let's go back to that sentence so I can see if this works. Many people think that a whale is a fish, but it is actually a mammal because it is warm-blooded and breathes air just like you and me. I'm going for an exclamation mark to help it to engage that reader even further. Okay? Let me think. I might do this bit next, then the family. The blue whale is part of the dolphin family. Oh, no, I don't like that fact there. I think I might leave it there and go into a new paragraph where I can start to describe my dolphin, and that might help me to fill in that bit as well. So I'm going to leave it there and go into my description next. So this is going to be my introduction. Let's think, does it inform? Let's have a little look whether it informs the reader. We'll do those in red, and if it engages the reader, we'll look at those and we'll highlight those in blue. Okay, so did you know that blue whales are the largest animal on the planet, even bigger than elephants? Many people think that a whale is a fish, but it's actually a mammal because it is warm-blooded and breathes air just like you and me. So if I look at the different ways that I've informed them, well, I've told them he's the largest animal on the planet, so that's information. I've also said that he's a mammal. So that's information, and I've said warm-blooded and breathes air, which is information. Oh, wrong colour, Mrs. Pilkington. Okay, let me swap those. So those are all my informing bits. And how have I engaged the reader? Well, I've used some questions. Did you know that? I've also used an interjection, even bigger. And I've also added this direct address to the audience, just like you and me, and I've used an exclamation mark. So, yeah. I think I'm quite happy of a starting point that informs my reader, got some information in there, and it engages my reader as well. So, yep, super happy with that, and I'm going to carry on with my writing, and you're going to now have a go at writing your introduction for your text, okay? So let's go back and find out what you've got to do today. Okay, so this is your task for today. So your task is to use the information that you found yesterday, the research that you did yesterday, to write your information text about lions, okay? So it needs to have that introduction. It needs to have those separate sections about the different parts of the lion that you looked at yesterday, your 4 quarters on your piece of paper that you planned with. However, you can decide how you want to present your information text as long as it's informative and it's engaging. It informs and it engages, okay? So you could fold it and make it into a leaflet and have a new section on each page. You could make a poster and include some labelled diagrams to help you explain. You might want to make a PowerPoint, and each section is on a different slide if you've got access to PowerPoint. That'd be lovely to see. Or you could draft it as a text and then create it as a video. So pretend you're some sort of wildlife presenter and talk to us about the lions using your text to help you. So still having those different sections, but presenting it orally instead, okay? So have a little think. You can do it as a normal non-chronological written report, or you might want to do it as a poster or a leaflet or a presentation or a video. However you want to do it, that's absolutely fine. But remember, we really, really want to see them because I think they'll be absolutely incredible. So make sure once you've finished today that you do email them across to your teachers because they will be so excited to see what you've been doing. So it's year 3 or year 4 at redbrookhayes.staffs.sch.uk. So you're going to pause the video now. You're going to go away and write your information text for me. And then when you're ready to hear about the last day for our connected curriculum, do come back and we will look at it together. Okay? Right then. Oh, and those are the email addresses if you want to send your work through to us as well. So connected curriculum for today, it's our very last day on the features of coastlines. We're going to move on to a new topic again on Monday. So make sure if you've done nothing else this week, that perhaps you watch the videos on the different types of coastlines and you read some of the information that's included in the work pack so that you're aware of the different coastlines that there are. And then what you can do is if you'd like to show us what you know, we'd really like to see some newspaper reports for Challenge 1, some models, however you decide to make those for Challenge 2. Challenge 3, some letters maybe about different sea defences. And Challenge 4 is that explanation text, however you want to show us what you know would be more than welcome. Make sure you send those across to us by the end of the weekend as well. And then we'll be back on Monday and there'll be a brand new connected curriculum challenge for you to have a go at. So it's been really, really amazing learning with you this week. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend and we'll be back on Monday with more facts, more information and lots more learning challenges for you. Have a wonderful weekend, guys. Bye-bye.